Hey everybody, ReviewTechUSA on Chopping the Point. You there?
Whoa, what's going on?
How are you? How are you? So, first of all, explain. I only really know. Let me tell you what I know, and you can fill in the gaps. I was told, I want to say last Saturday, that you were supposed to do some kind of lolcow session with with her
and Graves.
Lynx and Graves. Yeah, I spoke to Lynx. Nice girl, by the way.
Yeah, she is very nice,
yeah,
and I'm cool with her.
She's a really nice girl. And she said that you ghosted them, and then
I did, and we talked, Lynx and I, after that, and they were cool.
Yeah. Lynx didn't seem to have it. Like, she wasn't bashing you. She just basically told me what happened. She tried to be neutral when she was telling me what was going on, right? And then she went nuts. Like, what's her name? She started doxing you.
Right.
Grace Thorpe started doxing you.
So here's the thing. So she found out I was doing a stream saying I got fired from lolcow tech talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Grace, she comes into the chat and she's like, "Yo, let me come on and talk." And she comes on. She's like in a 2-piece bikini.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "All right." And she's like, "Hey, I'm like, all right, we could come on a stream. We could talk about it." Initially she was actually annoyed because I didn't want her to come on right away. And she's like, "Let me come on now." I'm like, "All right." So she's like, "Yeah, why don't," and we were talking about what happened. And she's like, "How about I come to you?" Not knowing the whole situation with her and her dad. I didn't know that much about the Thorpes. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm like, cool. And I remember talking to Lauren, my girlfriend. I was like, "Hey, she wants to come through." She's like, "Yeah, why don't you set up a goal, see if people really want it."
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, a friend of mine, she sent me a video. She's like, "You need to really understand them. You don't like," and I didn't. And I watched the video and I'm like,
what did you see in the video that offended you or bothered you? What did you see?
It didn't offend me, or it just shocked me. It was one of them by, I forgot the guy's name, Shamu. And it just showed where the dad is like talking about like off and it's like she was saying really weird shit and like drawing kisses on herself, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just do something through Discord. Like, don't come to my place, okay?
Yeah.
Apparently she was coming here with her dad no matter what. Like, they were already on their way up. People were like, "Yo, Rich, they're already on their way up." I'm like,
uh-oh,
what are you talking about? So that night,
Rich, did you guys plan to meet up and then you cut them off when they were on their way? Is that what happened?
I didn't even know they were on their fucking way.
Okay, so you had no idea. You made no plans to get together with them. So you had no date set to meet the Thorpe.
On the 23rd, I said on Discord, instead of us doing it, like, I had no idea she was on her way fucking up here. Okay. On the 23rd, I said, and I thank God I screen capped it. I have a message saying, "Look, instead of doing it in person, let's just do it in Discord. I don't know what's going on with my kids, other things." It was me like, "Nah, I don't want you fucking here with your fucking lunacy."
Yeah.
So, but people were telling me she was already in Connecticut. She was saying that she was on her way here. And lo and behold, I'm sure there's some details that I'm missing out, but I could fill you in later when I remember them.
Sure.
I'm seeing them doing it. It's a beautiful day in upstate New York. They changed the title. I knew they were like, I could, if I had to piss bad enough, I could piss to where they were. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. The day before I called the cops because Grace was in like my chat saying, "This isn't a threat. You screwed me over. This isn't a threat. This is a promise." Yeah, I blew her off, but I was like, I don't even want to associate with her. I don't even want to communicate with her.
Well, in fairness, I think that whole thing they do with the dad is an act, but you don't have any kind of obligation to work with them.
Yeah,
you're allowed to say no. I mean.
Yeah, and I was like, you know how many times I've been fucking blown off? Like, yeah, okay, I should have said no to you, but who gives a shit? It's like not that big of a fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, after this, I'm seeing that they're streaming. So I had to call the cops after she did that one thing. Did I really want to? No, but
No,
I
the
had
one
to.
thing was what? Be specific. Like she doxed you,
So when
correct?
she was in her chat saying, like, in my chat saying, like, we're coming anyway. This isn't a threat. It's a promise. And I'm like, dude, I have kids. I can't have you here being
No,
a fucking lunatic.
no, I will.
So I filled out a report with the cops, and
Mm-hmm.
then the next day, people are DMing me saying, "Rich, they're like in your area." Someone I won't name who it was DM me like, "Yo, they're in your area." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And they sent me the stream saying it's a beautiful day in upstate New York, and they're right at my fucking doorstep. Like, not at my doorstep. They did not show up to my house, but they were, like I said, if I had to piss bad enough, I could piss to where they were. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I had to call the cops again and had to fill out another fucking report. You know, I was about to take my kids for haircuts. I had to pull back in my driveway.
Uh-huh.
Why the fuck is my are you here? I'm sorry about that, man. Hold on one second.
Yeah, sure. I'm listening.
Anyway, because did you hear I had like Facebook going off or
No,
something
no,
like that.
I heard. I only heard you. You're loud and clear.
All right, good. All right. So I call the cops again. They come through. I told them that I actually ended up being the wrong van. They have a Mercedes van, which is on their YouTube videos. I'm not doxing them or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so they come through. I file. I'm like, look, they're right down my road. These people are saying all this weird shit, blah, 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 blah. So the cop left again. And then I'm going with my kids now to go take a haircut. As I'm making a left out of my road and I'm driving down, who do I see? Both of their faces. They must have, that would be maybe like 50 to 75 feet from my house. They didn't go down my specific road, but they went down the road right from it. You could see my house from
Did
that
you
road.
before you called the cops? In fairness, did you tell them I don't want to see you and I don't want you near here? Did you uninvite them or not invite them to
Yes,
begin with? You
yes,
did, and
yes.
they said we're coming no matter what. That's
Yeah.
correct. All right.
She
Okay.
was good. She was supposedly supposed to wear a chicken suit and be in my fucking driveway.
they're wild. Oh God.
And now for the inconvenience that I never inconvenience them with, and they're trying
Well,
to
yeah,
do
I
a
mean, you
small
did
claim court.
inconvenience him to some extent. I mean, Rusty Dusty, thanks so much. Big ups, Tommy Rich. Thank you. You did inconvenience him to some extent. You were unfamiliar with what they were doing, and I could see them getting mad. What I don't understand is there was
There's
no, according
nothing
to
there
you.
for a lawsuit.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Or he said he's going to small claims court.
I'm not worried about it at all. I think it's
know.
like, listen, man, it'll make great live stream fodder. That's okay.
Yeah.
Listen,
Okay.
free
So
real estate.
Brutix is in the chat saying you're leaving. Are you leaving anything out? Is there something you're leaving out?
No, what am I leaving?
I don't know.
There's something that I forgot
if
to
it's
say.
Brutix, come on. Like if something you forgot or something, like straighten this out over here. You know,
let him say, what am I leaving out? Let him say it. I'll say if I'm leaving it out or not. I don't care.
What's with the name Dickers? Like, is that something that?
I don't even know why that's an insult. I told the story of that. Everyone in the world could call me Dickers, and I would be like, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, it was a dude who used to, my very first job I worked. He used to smoke angel dust, and his younger brother got me the job there. We were in the stock room in the back, and he was all geeked up. And I'm like, hey man, how you doing? I'm Rich. He's like, oh, your nickname is Dick. I'm like, yep, it's Dick. He's like, I'm gonna call you Dickers. And then he started screaming it and dry humping a box in there. That's how that started. That's a true story.
I'm so glad I left the States years ago. That sounds like something would happen to me. How old are you, Rich?
I am 43. That when I had that job, I was 17. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like something would happen to me when I was 17. I'm 48. So I'm a little older than
you.
So that's crazy. So I don't think you really did anything wrong here. I mean, you don't have an obligation.
I mean, look, yeah, okay. If you want to, look, should I have said no? Don't come. But
you probably should have done your research ahead of time. But that's kind of nitpicking on my part.
Yeah, I mean, but here I'm thinking, like whatever. Doing an IRL stream was not knowing their whole situation.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, who gives a shit? But they were, like I said, even whether I invited her, whether I said yes to doing the Discord interview or not, They were already on their way here anyway.
Did you think you maybe overplayed your hand a little bit with calling the cops? You just, like, wait till they show up or something and then call the cops? Or do you think that's what the fans got an issue with? And this is the question. I have no issue with it personally, but I'm just I'm holding your feet to the fire.
Like, yeah, no, that's fine. Like, like again, I have 3 kids. Like,
I'm sorry, Grace Thorpe isn't getting near my children. I mean, that's never happening.
Exactly,
or especially your father. You know,
I was just pissed off. I wasn't even afraid. Like, why are you fucking doing this? Why are you wasting my fucking time? So that's why I did it. I wanted to handle it civil instead of having her fucking rejected psychopathic father and her walking around in a chicken suit.
So the fans are mad at you because it didn't happen and it looked like a kind of inciting thing. Yeah, I'd have to do the same thing you did. I'm getting called a sweeper. I'm Sweepy C.
You're getting called a sweeper.
I'm a sweeper now by my own fans.
I know, and I have another dude on the internet call me Officer Dickers because I wouldn't have called the cops. I'm like, all right, tough guy. I want to see if that weirdo came.
I don't know if I would have called it. I'll be honest. I don't know if I would have called the cops either unless I was absolutely sure they're going to be at my door. You know, but then again,
I couldn't have been far off because they were literally down my street having a picnic. So I don't know. You
can do that though, but I mean, just don't pull a boogie and pull out a gun. Like,
no, I wouldn't have done that, and that's why I wouldn't have wanted to be in that situation. You know what I mean? So I'm like, let me call because it did spook them because I do think they would have came here. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. You told them not to come. I don't got an issue with that. And you have children. You have 3 children.
And they were stalking some other girl that was on lolcow. I don't know if you know about it. I don't want to.
I'm paying attention.
No, they had to get her. She had to get a restraining order. Like, there's other lawsuits with her going on now too. So they're fucking lunatics. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to deal with any of this shit. You know?
Did they cover this on lolcow? The situation?
I don't know. That's why I'm going to be vague. I don't want to blow up her spot.
Cover it now. If I talked about it, that's for damn sure.
Well, no, I don't think it's private either. You know, I'll let her, if she wants to go into detail, I'll let her go into detail. It's not my place. But yeah, they were stalking someone else. And I think it's on their live streams anyway. So yeah, it's public. So. So yeah, it's been fun. And hey, I'm glad they're doing it because it'll be a free shit show for me. So like, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know.
All right. Well, I wanted to get your side of the thing.
No, man, I appreciate you having me on, Tommy. Yeah, hope all is well.
All right. Well, thanks for telling me the whole story. That was interesting. All right. Take care, Rich. Bye-bye. Sweepy C, baby. I don't know. Like, somebody call me in. Tell me what he did wrong. I get the feeling like it's like one of those things like, oh, like it would have been awesome and you didn't get you got robbed of content. That's the feeling I get. Rich just lies a lot. Did he lie this time? So one of you could call in.
Explain it to us. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to call him a liar. It's another thing to show me a liar. I'll call. I have no problem calling Rich out. I just what I understood was she was told no, and then she started doxing him, and then I was trying to get the story from Rich himself. You know, so that's all I'm trying. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the drama. I'm doing my job here. That was just simple situation by the sounds of me. Done trusting liars, to be honest. So you don't believe in Brudix? Like, give me something. I'll call you. Like, you can't just call him a liar, you know? I heard he said, yes, come. Did you?